All right, Alan and I have received the first 4 episodes of The Acolyte. We will be discussing it next week on Tuesday at an early time. It'll be Hollywood on the Rocks, early morning on Tuesday next week. We will alert you and put up the links so you know when we're going live, and we'll talk about the first 4 episodes. But before we do that, I think we should preview The Acolyte. What are we about to experience? And several things have come out. A couple things. One, this is Leslye Headland's whole, she is the creative responsible for this. And when I think of a Leslye Headland like movie or TV show, I think of great moments like, oh wait, Almost Nothing. Her previous work. Alan, can you look her up and see what she's responsible for, like her previous work? I want to know. But they keep putting out more and more videos, interviews, teaser trailers. This is a very different Star Wars. It's a Star Wars where, let's be frank, there are no white men. They're just not there. It's fine. And already they are taking a defensive approach and they are attacking fans. The fans are, what is it? What's the playbook? Racist and sexist. These are the same fans who loved Lando Calrissian. These are the same fans who loved Princess Leia. You write a good character, they'll love it. Mace Windu is a badass. Everyone loved Sam Jackson as Mace Windu. You cannot accuse that audience of racism and sexism when the past history tells you that Star Wars fans love characters that are well written and they get behind it. So doing this is so disheartening. Let's take a look.
Want me to give you her CV, or do you want to wait?
Yes. Let's Leslye Headland's resume previous to The Acolyte. What was it exactly?
Okay, so she is the executive producer of Single Drunk Female, the television show. She is the executive producer of Russian Doll, which I believe did well on.
Wait, executive producer? What executive does that producer even mean?
She's the money, I believe. Isn't that what executive producers do?
They are more administrative.
Yeah. Okay.
Ready?
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Okay. Her writing credits include let's see. Okay, so she wrote Russian Doll. Oh no, I'm sorry. She's the creator of Russian Doll. She wrote.
2 directors talk about Star Wars.
Sorry. Queuing up these clips.
I know.
Sorry, Alan.
She wrote Sleeping with Other People. She wrote the remake of About Last Night. And then as a let me see. And she directed 2 episodes of Single Drunk Female. She directed 4 episodes of Russian Doll. And she directed 4 episodes of Heathers, the TV show. All right.
Let's take a look at some videos. Let's take a look at some videos here. Let's hear it direct from her mouth. Okay. This is it's 2.5 minutes. It's an interview with Leslye Headland, it's interviewed by Dave Filoni.
Oh.
So I'll pause it if I have to make comments, or tell me to pause it, Alan. But let's take a look.
Directors talk about Star Wars.
That sounds good.
That does sound good. Let's do it. Tell me about The Acolyte.
I'm sorry, just you asking me that question is making me cry.
Is it? That's all right.
Yeah.
It is a big deal to a lot of people. It affects people.
Of all the Star Wars. I love all the Star Wars. Anyways.
Different ways. This is your story, so.
What I was interested in examining were the Sith. The master-apprentice dynamic. If the apprentice is craving the master's power, then at some point he must recruit his apprentice to overthrow the master.
Yeah.
And that is the Acolyte.
Right.
You don't wake up thinking you're evil. Or
Please, freeze it for a second.
that's explored by George and Anakin.
Yeah, I don't think Anakin ever thinks he becomes evil.
I agree.
life,
and I think
you
a
know.
lot of the characters in The Acolyte have to convince themselves that they are
Doing the right thing.
they're doing the right thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Alan,
Hey, I have a comment here.
Sure.
So early before she said that she was interested in the Sith and the Apprentice. I'm sorry. What was her original job?
Oh, right. Oh, my God. Like an evil lord, which was Harvey Weinstein. He was the assistant. She was
interested in the assistant of the.
Oh, no.
And when we see her tattoos, can you freeze? Because what the hell? I mean,
Okay, I'll freeze on the tattoos. I don't know.
This is the Clone Wars.
Yeah, no kidding.
Ahsoka was such an interesting character to me.
When we started, we had it very much a shell shock moment for her that she was out of her depth. And I'll never forget it. George watching it and saying, "You guys are taking this a bit too seriously." He went on to explain that, like, even at a young age, she's not out of her depth for any of this.
I had a similar experience with the character Jackie. There was a note from somebody that was, wouldn't she be scared on her first mission? And I remember you telling me about that story.
Jedi training has to be valuable. It prepares them for the galaxy.
Do or do not.
Do or do not, there's no try. That's like, if you're trying, you're not actually doing it.
I had to do that with Acolyte for sure. My agreement with myself was whenever it overwhelms you that you're doing your dream, you just have to do it. Honestly, the times that I felt the most worried was not the special effects, the fighting choreography. It was the emotional stuff.
These things that George understood about film.
Reference the original films.
yeah.
Kind of get you in the feels. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They always
Do you
do
get-
that.
Do you get the sense that there was a lot of crying on set?
Yes, I do. I do.
Yeah.
Oh man.
That's.
Okay.
I mean,
back
when
to-
I go to work, it's like a meeting at Film Threat. There's just a lot of crying about the work we do here.
well, I make you cry.
Yeah.
Wait, here. Let's keep going.
Filmmaking understood about iconography are things we still try to tap into.
It's the Western. It's the samurai film. It has to feel elevated, but it also has to feel like Star Wars. Basically, what George created, it's the North Star.
Trying to look at her tattoos. They look pretty bad. I'm sure they're
But
personal.
I mean, part of it
as
is
are all. What's that?
they were haphazardly put together. It's like, oh, I want that image. I mean, I've seen people.
Well,
it's like
tattoos are personal to you. They're personal. So I don't know what they mean. I'm sure they're very important to her.
But there should be an aesthetic to it. It should look. There should be some cohesiveness.
I've seen
some
good
idea of
tattoos. I've seen bad
design.
tattoos. I don't have a problem with it. It's a personal choice, like my haircut
Yeah,
or
but
my
it's like,
choice of shirt.
yeah,
So I don't really criticize people for the looks so much or choices.
But the thing is, if it sticks out and it doesn't look aesthetically pleasing, you
Well,
just feel
I'll
like
compliment
wasted
you,
time.
Alan. Your choice of T-shirt for today, very good.
Yeah.
It's the classic Film Threat logo, available at shop.filmthreat.com. So all right, let's keep
All right.
watching this.
What are you?
All right, so I want to point out a couple things. Want to point out a few things. One, the style that with their fighting, where it's like, watch closely. If you watch closely, it's a thing because I have a friend. He was making these low budget indie action movies in the early 2000s. I'll tell you who the friend was. It was John Schnepp.
Mhm.
Shout out to my friend John Schnepp. Love him. He was making an action movie, and his whole thing was, well, my actors are not stunt people, but the way he choreographed the fighting was they would do these moves, be doing moves and fight moves and choreography, and they would just move slow. So they'd go, they'd be doing stuff. They would move slow, and all he would do is speed things up. That's what they did with this. If you watch it, I saw the Acolyte preview when I went to see Star Wars Episode 1 in a theater. After the credits, they showed a scene and an extended look preview of the Acolyte. So I saw that in a theater, and I'm watching the action. I'm like, why does that look so cheap? Why does it look cheap? You can't unsee it when I point this out. To everyone watching, the 2,000 people watching, please subscribe to the channel. Please like and share. Thank you. Look carefully at the action. You can't unsee this. It's fighting in slow motion, because I guarantee Carrie-Anne Moss is not a stunt person. Those actors are not professional stunt people. They're just actors.
Mm-hmm.
They're not trained to fight like a stunt person. If you saw The Fall Guy, a lot of real stunt people in that movie.
Yeah.
Watch it. It's sped up. It's like cranked up like 1.5 or maybe 2 times 2x speed. So I'm telling you, it looks so bad when you notice it. So please, next week, when we have all seen, the first 2 episodes, Alan and I will have seen the first 4. Look carefully. And by the way, these episodes, 8 episodes, 30 minutes each.
Oh, thank God.
This is a 4-hour movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just telling you. Okay.
I'll tell you what I'm looking for, or what I'm paying close attention to. A is dialogue. This idea of, this is what Rings of Power tried to do. This is what Ahsoka tried to do, but it was trying to say profound things that mean nothing, that have nothing behind, no weight behind it. The other thing is a cliffhanger. How do they end each episode? Because this has been a consistent problem with Star Wars and Marvel. Can Leslye Headland build tension in a series? Make you want to see the next episode, because everything that Disney Plus has put out so far has failed miserably. Failed. Even Andor didn't have good cliffhangers.
Yeah. I mean, there's another video that I want to show. Let's talk about that. And here it is. This is the actors in the show. Okay. This is 1 minute, 90 seconds, 94 seconds. We can get through it, Alan. So here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
It's Carrie-Anne Moss and the couple of actors. Okay, here we go.
Ready?
Yeah. Star Wars has always been a big part of my life. I've always loved spending time in these universes, and the concepts that Star Wars explores feel like some of the most vital ones.
Someone is killing Jedi. It doesn't make sense.
Hi. How are you?
Come and sit.
So I'm pretty honored to be a part of something that's impacted so many people. And my kids are really excited about it.
And my husband is too. What was your favorite scene to film?
I loved the action sequence. The fight that I have with Amandala.
Your power and your use of the Force in the fight is like, it's a whole other character. It adds so much to it. You are a strong, wise Jedi.
I freaked out every time I got on a ship.
Okay, why?
Because I was on a ship. Oh my God, I'm on a Star Wars ship, and now I get to beep, bop, boop, bop, beep, boop, boop, press the button.
Yes, all the buttons.
Turn it,
all the screens.
all at once.
Wait, Alan. Did she just say beep, bop, boop?
Oh, no.
Cancel her.
Canceled.
She said beep, bop,
Beep,
boop.
bop, boop. Oh,
Wait,
no.
I'm going to back it up because I'm not sure I heard that right.
No.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, right there.
And now I get to beep, bop, boop, bop, beep, boop, boop,
Oh,
press the
she
button.
did
Yes,
it.
all the buttons.
Turn it,
All the screens.
all at once.
Yes.
Because that's what good pilots do.
I think the greatest part about Star Wars is that they have incredible characters, and every generation just sees themselves in them.
It's really nice to be a part of that. It was insane. It's Star Wars.
She said it. She said those 3 words in that order.
Okay.
Beep,
All
bop,
right.
boo.
What'd you think of that? What we just saw?
I mean, it's a promotional video. Also, no one's going to criticize the work they've done or the show they're on. So this is on par for everything.
I have the book.
Yeah.
I have the book right here. I got this at my little library. Here's the book. And I'm going to do a giveaway for this book at some point.
Yeah.
But
so here's the other thing I'll be looking for is, and this has been absent in the entire Disney Plus Disney Star Wars, but the Force. Do they have a serious discussion about what the Force is?
yeah, do they? I mean,
They haven't yet.
Yeah.
The Last Jedi is probably the last time they talked about the Force.
yeah, I don't know, but it feels like a lot of rules are going to be broken. It just,
Yeah.
I get that feeling.
Yeah, which is, I mean, look, George said it. It's Disney's now, so they're allowed to break the rules. But do they even address the idea of the Force, even if they're going to redefine it? Or is the Force just some magical power, some telepathy that everyone has, telekinesis?
Well, we shall see next week, Alan, when we do our show, and we'll talk about the first 4 episodes. We'll do, you know what we'll do? The first part we'll do non-spoiler, but I think the lack of, I think we'll just do full spoilers.
Yeah, the
Full
lack of
spoilers.
interest and the low subscriber count for Disney Plus.
Right. Right. So look for us next week on Hollywood on the Rocks next Tuesday. We'll talk Acolyte.